Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey.
Why this beat so crazy?
We will make America proud again. And you try to kill our we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
It feel like man, yeah. And we gon' be back, yeah. Woo! Feels like Christmas, y'all. I'm excited. We are so back. Woo. God bless them beautiful patriots around the world, my brothers and sisters. We got a bombshell we're going to get into, but a couple more hours, man. And we are off to a new direction, you know. Been an absolutely disgrace these last 3.5, 4 years. You know, we are so back, y'all. Common sense is back. People spoke loud and clear. The biggest political comeback in history. Wiped the man through the mud. Wiped his family through the mud. The fake news, the propaganda, the fear mongering, the hatred. Wasted people's time, money, energy. Had to sit through trials and cases. Disgrace, man. Kangaroos on the freeway, kangaroos at the intersection, banana peels everywhere. People can't walk inside the grocery store. You know, scratching their head at the gas pump. Man, disgrace. And they tell everybody else, come on in, come on in, come on in. It's wide open. Beautiful souls that should still be here. Still be here. I want to send my love and condolences to the families, man. That's what happens when you have incompetent leadership. A lot of, you know, people that just need to put their hands behind their back, need to be held accountable. People going on vacation, falling asleep. But I'm excited, y'all. We are so back. Let's go and get into this. This is huge. And a tons of you guys sent this to me yesterday. I should have did this yesterday, but I'm sorry. I'm a little late to the party. But when it comes to OkayRickk, we ain't the Keep Common family. We ain't never late. So let's go and get into this, y'all. Big Mike. Big Mike. Michelle? No, they say Big Mike. Micah. Good, Michael. Michael's not coming to the inauguration. We just keep on winning. We just keep on winning. I think there's a divorce going on with Big Mike and Barack Barry. He tried to get his next term. Sorry, sir. Pack your bags. Bye-bye. It's time to go. Bye-bye.
No more lies. I can't take it. It was like I can't even listen to Jen Psaki anymore. It's
well, most people don't, Benny. That's the good news.
Oh man, we've been lied to for so long.
Yeah.
It's been so much that we've gone through, and it's like it feels like there's a spell that's been broken over the country, and it is so refreshing and it's so exciting. What we have in store. Breaking right now, Carrie Underwood performing at Donald Trump's inauguration. The program was just put out here, so I'd love to start off and just say the floor is yours, Laura.
What just keep winning, baby.
What can we expect in 7 days from now at the inauguration?
Well, you're right to say that the spell, I think, has been broken, and it feels very different, really across the country, and I think all over the world right now. Versus the first inauguration of Donald Trump. I mean, all of us in the family obviously experienced that first go round and everything was fresh and new and we didn't know what to expect. Little did we know that there were, people out to get my father-in-law, anyone who loves America, just on the other side of his swearing-in ceremony. But it does feel very different now. And I think that people are so excited. They're so relieved. And what we're going to see 7 days from now is a celebration of exactly that. The day starts off, as a lot of people probably know, at a church service. We start off there at St. John's Church, very famous. Of course, Donald Trump held up a Bible in front of it and drove the left absolutely insane when he did it. So we're going to go there. We're going to have a service there. And then everyone heads to the Capitol. And at 11:10 a.m., the ceremony to swear in our 47th president, Donald Trump, will begin there. He's going to give a speech afterward. It'll probably be very cold. So to anybody coming, make sure you bundle up. And then, of course, there's that walk that we all remember from the Capitol to the White House with the parade that, of course, our whole family will be involved with. But probably the most important, our 47th president, Donald Trump, will do that parade. And then onto the balls, and there will be many of them, and we're excited for all of them. And I just think overall, Benny, what I feel is what a lot of people feel out there, which is that there has been a shift. People are truly excited. They're truly optimistic and hopeful right now for the first time, maybe even in 8 or 9 years. I would even say maybe even more than that. We remember what Donald Trump did his first term in office. They were so wrong about him on almost every front in the mainstream media and via the left. He got so much accomplished. And knowing that, now we understand what is in store for us on day one. And I actually think get ready to see quite a few executive orders the second he steps foot into the Oval Office at, I'm going to say, around 2 p.m. on January 20th. He's coming in hot, and we love to see it.
Yes, coming in hot. Watch out for any like small baggies of cocaine that might have been left over in the White House.
There won't be any of those coming in with our family. Not that it had anything
right.
to do with family, Benny. I'm just saying. Never know.
So Melania Trump said something interesting this morning on Fox and Friends. She said for the first time that her process was sabotaged by the previous administration, talking about Barack and Michelle Obama. And do you have any insights into that? I mean, other than, of course, spying on your father-in-law and so on, but we haven't heard this side of it. Melania Trump saying she's very ready to move in. They have 5 hours to move out. We have 5 hours to move in. She's picked it all out, but that this was sabotaged by the previous admin. Can you unpack that for us?
Yeah, I mean, spying on someone will do it every single time. That obviously is a big problem. But, outside of that, I just generally think that the naivete that so many of us in the family, not the least of which, of course, was Donald Trump himself and our First Lady Melania, going into being president for the first time and being in the White House for the first time and being involved in politics for the first time, I do kind of think that there were people taking advantage of that to a certain extent. And I don't know specifically what Melania is referencing, but I can imagine that it's a lot easier to make that transition to this very public role, to having to move your entire life in front of the world, basically, when you have a little, give from the previous administration and the previous tenants of the White House, and maybe a little hand-in-hand talk with you and telling you what to expect. And I don't think there was very much of that previously. Obviously, this time is very different. They were there for 4 years before. They understand the ropes. They understand how it works now, maybe better than anybody, given everything that they went through. But I know they're ready to get back in there. They're ready to do the job that the American people sent Donald Trump there to do. And exciting 4 years ahead of us. I can't wait.
Yeah, we saw your father-in-law laughing with Barack Obama and cracking jokes. I mean, like causing Barack Obama to belly laugh. Donald Trump posted a AI version of what he might have been saying this past weekend. Any insights into what was going on between these two?
Well, he said that they got along well. And I mean, this is the thing. First of all, let's just take this in a couple of instances. Number one, it shows you how phony all these people on the left who are screaming from the rooftops that Donald Trump is a threat to democracy and this evil dictator
Hitler.
Actually were. They were all
Threat to
phony the whole
democracy.
time, Benny. And so if you ever wondered whether or not you could trust anything they said, here you go. Barack Obama sitting by the guy who he claims is going to destroy our country and the world and yakking it up a little bit. Maybe there's a little disconnect with what he was telling the American people. But I'll go a step further and I'll say that this is the Donald Trump that I know. This is the Donald Trump they tried to hide from so many people in this country. This is a guy who can figure out how to deal with anybody. He might not need to be best friends with you, but he can sit down with you. He can figure things out. Don't forget, this man was a negotiator in boardrooms, the biggest boardrooms in the world in some instances before he ran for politics. And you have to keep that in mind. He understands people. He reads people. He knows how to deal with them. And that's a great thing for the entire world. It's a great thing when you're dealing with people like Vladimir Putin, Kim Jong-un, Xi Jinping. and even Barack Obama. So yeah, they had a nice little time there. They laughed a little bit. And I believe this is the first step to the unity that Donald Trump is actually going to bring during his second term as president of the United States.
Oh, man. He's according to this, he says Hillary. Oh, man, Hillary hates me. She still hates me. Barack Obama says there was nothing he could do to help Kamala win. There's going to be, it might be chilly in the air, but it'll probably be very, very icy at the inauguration, the reception between those two. You're going to have to sit close to Hillary. You'll have to be very close.
Yeah. Well, we were close last time. Listen, it is.
Did you say anything? Did she just say anything like?
Well, they were cordial enough. I don't think she was very pleased with the circumstances, obviously, but I will say that Michelle Obama was very vocal whenever she met with all of us, and I won't say exactly how she said it, but she basically said, "You guys worked for this. Now don't screw it up," sort of thing to all of us. And I'll tell you what, I don't think anybody screwed anything up except Joe Biden and Kamala Harris over the last 4 years. So Donald Trump's ready to go in and fix all of it.
Moving trucks at the White House, Laura. Moving trucks at the White House.
Yep.
So moving on out, Jack Smith. You've come on this program and you've talked about Jack Smith, and we've, obviously beat up that issue quite a bit. And now all of the lawfare has come to a catastrophic and disastrous, calamitous, and embarrassing end. I think Donald Trump will win on appeal with the New York case, but nonetheless, Jack Smith is out. And I know that he has been torturous for you and your family and what they put everyone through in this family. Jack Smith has been sort of the head of the snake there. Any last words for Jack Smith? And what should he expect in a new Trump Justice Department run by Cash Patel and Pam Bondi?
Well,
you know what I say. Put your hands behind your back.
The only words I really have to say to Jack Smith are, it's about time. Bye. We don't need to see you here ever again. Everything you did was phony, and everything you did was really damaging to the United States of America. So not a moment too soon to see that guy go. Funny the timing, though, Benny, how that all worked out and how he managed to leave right before Donald Trump came into the White House. Here's what I will promise. All the lawfare that has gone on over the past 4 years, all that has happened to Donald Trump specifically, things that we never want to see happen in America again, that are banana republic, third world type stuff, will end with this administration. It will be the guy who had everything waged against him in Donald Trump who will fix this problem. Despite what they did to him, despite all of it, he wants to see this country set up for success. He wants the next 4 years to be rectifying all the damage that Joe Biden did. And some of that, of course, is that lawfare. But he also wants to make sure that we're set up properly for the future, not just for 4 years, but in perpetuity for the future of this country. It's why a man who had 2 assassination attempts on his life still continued running for president. Why a man who they tried everything to take him down continued to fight for America. He wants to fix what they broke. And this is a very specific example of the fixing starting to happen. Bye, Jack Smith. We don't ever need to see you or hear from you again.
I can't help but think of the Donald Trump waving out the window of the McDonald's meme, right? It's just perfect. It's just bye. I hope he does that from the.
And there will be a lot of them lined up there, Betty, that he's waving bye to.
Yeah, that's right.
It's been a nice run for you guys. Bye.
Laura, I don't think they can open the windows of the White House. I think it's a security thing, but it sure would be amazing. It sure would be. Here, we got it right here. Yeah, it should be nice to just have them do one of the. Maybe we can put the apron back on. It's a classic. It's a Norman Rockwell.
You'll never see another one of them again. I'll tell you what. This past campaign cycle, there will never be another Donald Trump. But yeah, let's bring that meme out every chance we get. I love to see that, and I'm sure a lot of folks on the left do too.
So Donald Trump saying goodbye to the people that persecuted persecuted and prosecuted the lawfare against himself, against his base. A lot is being made right now of what will happen to J6 political prisoners, something that you've talked about on this program quite a bit. Very interesting. We think that the FBI is suddenly trying to find the pipe bomber. Suddenly we're immediately there.
What timing?
Yeah, what incredible timing. Just in conclusion here, like what. Can you put sort of a bell on this? Like, what will be the policy? You say there's going to be a lot of executive orders. I'm sure you're tuned into many of them. What's going to be the policy there with J6 political pardons?
Well, I think the right thing should happen for all these people. And I think that's all Donald Trump has ever said from the beginning. And the reality is so many of these people were unfairly arrested, prosecuted, had their lives upended. You know, people can't afford to kind of in perpetuity pay for legal fees. And that's what they did to so many of these people. They lost their livelihoods. They had everything just kind of ruined in their lives, all for being in this one space in Washington, D.C. on January 6, 2021. Some of these people never even, crossed onto the steps of the United States Capitol, Benny, yet they were made to be, the worst of the worst. And so I think Donald Trump wants to go through and ensure that every person who has been treated unfairly here, that is rectified. This is a man who understands better than anyone what that feels like. And so I believe we're going to finally see justice happen, and justice by many different ways. Justice for the people who were unfairly prosecuted via January 6th and all the hoax that existed there, because it was a big hoax. If you actually go back and look at so much of what the left tried to do with that, but justice for our country, the people who have done the wrong things. I hope we see swift action taken against them. And it's not retribution. It's not revenge. It is the right thing happening. And so I'm just hopeful, because I feel like light is finally being shown in the dark places. I always feel like the truth comes out with everything. I've said that, Benny, time after time, year after year, even when we were in the midst of the deepest dark.
We said it. The truth will shine in the light. The truth will shine in the light, y'all.
Darkest moments of all the things that happened to my father-in-law, to our family, to really this country. I've always believed the truth comes out. And I also believe that the right thing ultimately happens. And maybe that's a little karmic activity for people who did the wrong thing. But I will say that Donald Trump always wants to see justice served and the right thing happen. And anyone who has been treated unfairly, get ready, because don't worry, your savior is on the way. And his name is Donald Trump. 7 days.
Boom. We have, I'm not